Hello, William.
Hi, how are you? It's
I'm
nice to
so
meet you.
great. Yes, you too. Thank you so much for entering the contest. I was blown away by your work.
Thank you. It's a little different, I know. It's not a classic one, but that's the way I do my work.
I
So,
love it. No, it stood out right away. And I think that's what drew me to it was that it was different. It's not your traditional children's book feel, but it's so artsy and just had this great vibe. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, yes, that is definitely a finalist for sure.
well, I'm glad you like it. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me a bit about yourself. You're in Costa Rica?
Yes, I'm an architect. I love drawing since I was a kid. I
Mhm.
have my day job from 9 to 5. I work at a university.
Yeah.
I used to be a teacher, teaching drawing. I'm an architect now of the university. I mean, right now I do buildings and things like that.
Yeah.
As you can see, English is not my first language, so
That's
you let me
okay.
know. Let me know if you don't understand.
Mhm.
So right now, I really love drawing, doing urban sketches. It's like going out to draw and sketching live, not from a computer or from a screen, but you see it in the street and start sketching whatever you see, whatever is in front of you, and maybe you stay there for an hour or two. That's mainly the thing that I do, urban sketchers. I also paint, not as much as I used to do, but I started drawing or having a project to make a book for my daughter.
Mhm.
Uh, it's not a published book. It's something that I do for her only. It's not like right now. It's not for the public. It's something that I did with my own sketches.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
It's only for her. I mean,
Yeah.
it's something that it's like a conversation that I want to have with her in her 15 years old version. She's like 6 right now, and it's all about how do I sketch. It's called Traveling with My Anxiety.
Mhm.
It's like a mental health book, something like
Yeah.
that.
That's
So
You're such a good dad. That's something so special that she will have forever. And it allows you to have those conversations without really having those conversations.
yeah,
It's a way of letting her know that this happens and there's things that you might feel and there's people that might make you feel certain things, but that's okay, that's normal. And the best thing we can do is talk about it and discuss it. And I think that's a very beautiful concept, and you've really inspired me. So thank you for sharing that.
yeah, of course. I wish I knew the things that I know about today about anxiety and mental health issues.
Mhm.
And that's the reason I want my daughter to know right now, uh, if she needs to talk to me or to someone, or just to know that it's okay to talk about these issues.
Yeah. Well, and you've created such a beautiful platform for her to feel comfortable coming to you as well, right? Because you've already opened the conversation, but I think it's hard for kids. And you said your daughter's 6. So
6,
yeah, so she's still so young. And
yeah,
it's hard for kids to have the confidence to come to those who they love and trust and say, I have an issue, I have a problem. And I think that what you've created here is such a beautiful bridge to to bring those worlds together and allow that conversation to be opened up. So
yeah.
I think that that's wonderful. And yeah, that made my day. So thank you for sharing that.
No,
uh,
thank
it's today here, it is hot. We're not used to having really hot weather here in Alberta. Our summers are usually quite mild, but we have a heat wave here and it's getting up close to the 40s Celsius, which for
Oh,
us
wow.
is crazy.
That's a lot.
So today I had the twins who play my daughter. They play Lindy on the show.
Yeah.
So I had them and their sister and their brother out here. And so they're all out playing in my field right now. They have the hose out, they were riding the horses, and it's just so warm. So I might be looking a little flushed because I was just out giving pony rides all morning. But it's really special to be able to connect with those around us, especially during this time. As you know, COVID has really isolated a lot of people. And I think that it really kind of escalates those feelings of depression, anxiety, mental health
Totally.
when you're feeling alone and you're feeling trapped, so to speak. So
Yeah.
I'm so lucky that I have a country property where I have lots of space, lots of animals. And so my daily routine hasn't really changed all that much. And to be able to share that with others, because the twins and their sister and brother and mom and dad, they all live in the city. So it's been really hard for them to be able to just kind of forget that COVID exists at the moment.
Yeah.
So I try to have them out here when we can on the weekends so that they can just have fun and be kids, play with the animals. And yeah, it's fun for me too, right? I get to bond with them and spend some really good quality time with them. So they're all running around outside at the moment. But I told them that I was going to come in and do this. So that's totally fine. I want to make sure that you and I have a good chat. And
Yes.
you've really inspired me. And I think that I think that you should share this with people as just a way of saying, you know, this is a good beginning for a conversation into mental health, because not a lot of people just want to open up and talk about it. You know, it's a very vulnerable thing. It puts you in a vulnerable place. And even though mental health is more, people are more aware of it than they ever were before, it's still a hard topic for people to talk about. So in the way of literature and being able to create books where people can understand, read, know that they're not alone, but they don't necessarily have to start that conversation. They can use that book to bridge that gap and to say, you know, I read about this and this is how I'm feeling. And I think that's really important. And I encourage you to, you know, make that more public. And I know you said that this is something that's just for your daughter, but I think you have such a wonderful concept here. And I encourage you to go further with it as well.
Well, thank you. I maybe I will do that. Maybe not right now, maybe in a near future, but that's something that I have to, because what you said, it's you feel like in a not so secure place when you expose yourself to others. Yeah, you can see it in social media and things like that. But it's part of trying to break that circle, that kind of issues with people and mental health at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I just think that in our society right now, like you said, social media can be a very dangerous tool. And in many ways, social media is a beautiful thing. It brings us all together. I've been able to meet people from all over the world. Look at us. We're talking right now. We never would have had that opportunity before. And it's a way that does create this universal culture, so to speak, where everybody can understand one another and chat with one another. But when you get that, you also get the other side to it, where there is the misunderstanding of one another. It's really hard to know when people type something, the meaning behind it. You know, were they joking? Were they being sarcastic? Are they being hateful? And so social media has created all these new problems, and it is bringing people together from all over the world. And sometimes somebody doesn't understand another culture or the way that somebody was raised. And this then in turn just creates this dark world of the anxiety, depression, all of those things that people can, and bullying, you know, online bullying, cyberbullying, because people can hide behind a screen and they have more confidence. And
that's even worse. Yeah.
It's just not, I myself am very happy that I grew up in my teens without the internet was just new. I didn't have Facebook, or Instagram wasn't even invented, or any of those things. So I feel very fortunate for that, because I was able just to be a kid and to deal with, and kids deal with enough, you know, there's so much going on in childhood that doesn't even involve social media. So to throw that in the mix as well, that's a whole different platform of something that can be very unhealthy. So that's just one thing that I always encourage too. It's not just about, it's important to discuss all this, but it's also important to leave it aside and say, I don't need to go on the internet today. I'm going to go outside and I'm going to just enjoy the world around me and some face-to-face contact. And I know with COVID, this has really put restrictions on what we can do. But there's ways to do that, you know, and just get out. And I think that this year is going to be kind of a new growth for a lot of people, because people have been trapped inside for the most part. And so now moving forward, it's like that your body needs that freedom, right? You know, people don't like to be cooped up. So your body's craving that, let's get out, let's be social. And humans are very social. So I think that that's important.
I used to go out to sketch almost like every day or every weekend with my daughter and with my group of urban sketchers, my community. And I lost that during this time. I don't have that anymore because I have to sketch inside my car or in different places that I don't really like. I personally wanted to thank you to bring that opportunity to your fans. I mean, to have a highlight during the year of doing this kind of activities or like opportunities. So that says a lot of who you are. How do you think about people and your fans? And someone said about you being like down to earth person. Is that right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to thank you because I used to do a lot of activities outside, and this one took a little of that joy, that happiness of sketching and drawing. At the end, that's like my passion. Architecture is something that I use as work. I also love it, but drawing is something that I really enjoy. And I needed something like this. I think that 3 finalists are already winners because we enjoyed doing that. People loved it. I mean, it was a great idea. So thank you for that.
Oh, well, you're more than welcome. I think I was trying to create ways to engage people. And during COVID, you know, as you know, there's been a lot of people that feel isolated. And so that's why I started doing my Marshall weather reports and different things on social media, because I thought, if there's any way that I can bring some of the life that I have, you know, with having animals and having somewhere outside to be every day. And I know that I am so blessed with that. And I don't take that for granted. So I just want to be able to share that with other people and bring a smile to their faces if I can do that. So this was another way that I thought, how can I engage people in a time when, because I feel like at the beginning of the whole COVID pandemic, people were in a way inspired to learn new things. They're like, okay, I've got a couple weeks off. I'm going to take this time to reorganize my house or learn to paint or do yoga or whatever it might be. People were really inspired. And then as the year went on, people got discouraged because they thought, well, when are we going to go back to normal? I'm tired of learning new things. I'm tired of taking on this life of isolation. And I completely understand that. And I am so fortunate that I'm able to have space and land and animals and be able to be outside. And I find that very therapeutic. So I thought, you know, if I can share a bit of that and I can do these weather reports and I can bring my animals into the lives of others that might not have that opportunity, then that's what I can give during this time, right? And so then that was the same thing with this contest. We were talking about illustrators and people that inspire me and that sort of thing. And I said, you know, it's really funny. I have been so inspired by all of the community on social media. And each day, if I put a post and just having these comments that come in that are just so beautiful in a time when I know that there's a lot of people struggling and there's a lot of people going through, like you said, mental health and anxiety and depression and all of these things. But these comments are so beautiful. And I thought that's the feeling that I want to capture in this book. I want this inspiration. I want this beauty of just who people are. And that was really why your painting stood out to me, or your submission, because I thought, here's something that really creates a tone, a warmth, a beauty. And that's what I was looking for. I was looking for something that really grabbed all of those emotions. And I thought you did such a great job with that. So I don't know what else to say. I have not chosen my winner yet. I wanted to speak with everyone and just kind of get a vibe, because it's not just about the artwork. As you know, it's about the person behind the artwork. It's about the motivation of the creation. And I think that that's just as important as the artwork itself. So I just want you to know you are extremely talented, and whatever the case may be, I wish you the most luck. And I encourage you to go further with the concept of your own book. And I think that that's very inspirational to a lot of people. And I do think that a lot of people would get a lot out of that. So I encourage you in that. And as I wrap things up, I want to open it up to you if you have any questions at all for me, for Heartland, for anything. I'm an open book. So feel free to ask any questions that you have.
I have two things. I first wanted you to know where my drawing proposal comes from. It's another book I was making for my little kid.
Yeah.
It's not finished. The kind of drawing that I was doing for her, it's something like that.
Oh yeah. Love it.
That's where it comes from.
And what's your daughter's name?
Maria Jose, or Mary Joseph. Maria Jose.
Yeah. Okay. Maria. Yeah.
Maria Jose.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is
like
she's in the woods with a little bird.
I love it. So what's your medium? What do you like to use as far as paints, pastel? Like what's your...
I don't do digital drawing, at least not now.
Yeah.
So my favorite is colored pencils, graphite, watercolor, and sometimes pastels. It's kind of a messy thing using pastels. So I usually mostly use watercolor and combined with color pencils.
And so that was the submission that you sent in, was mostly watercolor with colored pencil.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's so beautiful.
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah, it's a lot of I would say it's like a tropical palette, the colors, because they are bright, they're vibrant. I like to think of it like a happy drawing, or like something you can have a lot of joy.
That's the mood I got instantly. It's very warm. It's this nice warmth, comforting feeling, which is exactly what I was looking for too.
Great. And one of the other concepts that I like to use when painting and drawing is like using abstraction, not giving like 100% of the story, so people can finish and make their own story. Something may look like some flowers, or maybe it's another thing. In the case of Sweetpea, it is in between the city and the countryside, and moving around, so people or children can say, well, maybe I can finish the story, or I can give it another twist to the story. That's something that I like. That's what I think that I might go beyond the classic style of children's illustration. It's important for me that, at least with my daughter, when I read to her, that she can stop and make her own story, or we can discuss the story. And I think that was something that really helped me, being able to read to her and to interact with her while reading a story. And that's something that really helped me with the proposal.
Yeah. And did you show her the picture and see what she thought of it?
Yeah, she liked it. She liked it a lot. She was asking me why she had the glasses. And
I loved that. That was the first thing I was like, that's such a great, because it adds character to the story, and it gives her a personality. Exactly.
So, well, we had the chance to see season 14 since Monday here in Costa Rica. We loved it. I mean, we cried
Yes.
a little bit, and I just love it. You're filming right now, season 15, right?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
right in the middle of it, and it's season 15 is great because I felt season 14 had a very kind of a sadness to the whole entire season, and so it needed that, right? We lost a character that was a beloved member of the family for many years, so this was something we had to keep the tone of season 14 very mellow and low. But season 15, we get that spark again, which I think that viewers will be really happy. And Ty's not forgotten. I know that a lot of people are like, oh, well, season 15, is Ty just going to be forgotten? Of course not. But all the characters have, I'm not going to say accepted that, but they have learned that they've gone through their mourning stage, and now they're in a time when they're just able to start living their lives again. And so season 15 it's been a joy so far. And like I said, I've got the kids out here right now. I've got Ruby, Emanuela, Isla, and their little brother Finn, and they're having so much fun. And just to be able to experience that with them and share my animals and my horses, and it's really nice. And to have that bond with those girls on set and be able to share those moments with the Lindy character is really sweet for me. And the cool thing in season 15, I'll give you a little behind the scenes of what is happening, but they have been given a lot more dialogue. So they're speaking a lot more. And at first I was a little bit, oh, wow, they're giving them a lot of lines to say, but they've been handling it great. So we're going to get to see a lot more Amy Lindy stuff in season 15. And yeah, it's been a great season so far. And I'm so happy to be back at work too, because as you know, a lot of people are still not. And just to have something to do and go to and to be a part of something that's really special to me. So it's been a lot of fun this year.
Great. Maybe one last thing. My wife does not believe me that I'm talking to you. Is it okay if she comes and say hi?
Of course. And what's her name?
Noelia.
Noelia?
Noelia, yeah. Her name is Noelia. I'm telling her to come.
Okay.
She didn't believe that we had a Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
So yeah, there she is.
Is Maria Jose there?
Maria Jose, yeah, it's upstairs.
She could come in too. Hello, how are you? I heard that maybe you didn't believe that I was actually here.
I ¿cómo se dice? Que es como que pensaba que estaba escuchando Heartland.
Yeah, she said that she thought she was listening to Heartland.
Yeah.
that I was watching Heartland.
And the cowboy hat, and I'm basically just Amy.
Yes, I love Heartland. Heartland is my favorite show, right?
Oh, thank you.
So I never thought I could meet you.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited.
Well, maybe one day I will come to Costa Rica. I have been to Costa Rica before.
Yes.
Yeah, about 12 years ago, I was there on vacation. So beautiful, loved it. So maybe I'll come back one day.
I'm ready.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
We want to go to Alberta because of Heartland.
Yes.
And we have 4 bunnies.
Yes.
Yes.
Very nice.
I think
she's the one that introduced me to Heartland, to the Heartland world. You know,
Yeah.
we were.
That's one thing that is so nice about Heartland is that you can sit down with the whole family and watch the show. Yes. And that's special.
Yes. We have seen Heartland like 3 times.
Over and over.
And over and over, yes. Yeah. And I am so thankful.
It was such a pleasure to meet you guys. And I wish you all the best. William is very talented. We are very happy with his artwork.
Yes,
thank you.
He's a great artist.
Yeah,
I'm so grateful because thanks to him, I was able to meet you.
Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And I'm going to wrap this up because I've got 4 kids running around outside that want to go on more pony rides. So, but thank you so much for being so available for this too. I know that we were supposed to do it on Wednesday, and it just, the Heartland filming schedule has been very busy this year. So I'm sorry about that, but I do appreciate you being available today. And yeah, that's all I have to say.
Where can we take a picture?
Yes, yes, of course. Here, I'll turn up this light. See if I don't know if you can see me a little better.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. It's like let me see the screen.
Another one.
Let me see. Yeah, very
good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
So
I think another one.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot.
Yes. Yes, it's beautiful.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. I so appreciate the support and everything. It's really nice to have fans all over the world and people who really are passionate about all of the same things that I'm passionate about too. So that means a lot to me. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. And say hi to Maria Jose for me. And yeah, I wish you all the best in everything that both of you will be doing in your future.
Yeah, the same for you.
The same for you, yes.
Yeah. See you.
See you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.